Hello, welcome to watch our Xinhua Live. Now I'm in Huaqiangbei, a sub-district in the city center of Shenzhen, South China's Guangdong. It used to be a congregation of manufacturers, and now it has become a paradise for innovators. Technology enthusiasts from all around the world have been flocking to Huaqiangbei shopping center, where all kinds of electronic components are sold. These makers, as they are known with a growing movement of DIY inventors, craftsmen, and tinkerers, turn their ideas into new devices, often with the help of three-dimensional printers, robotics, and other advanced tools. For some, it's a full-time job, while others pursue their projects as a hobby. And today, I come here to find a hardware accelerator named HAX. It has attracted terms from around the world as a platform helping developers. Let's meet some startups and see what they do.
Hello.
Hello, Mr. G. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Well, thank you for you to become our tour guide to the HAX Accelerator and to the Huaqiangbei Shopping Center. And first, could you please to lead us to the shopping center and see what electronic components are sold here?
Sure. Well, welcome to HAX and the Huaqiangbei area, everybody. So let's start by taking a tour of one of the landmarks of the Huaqiangbei area. So for HAX Accelerator, since we have startups coming over from all over the world, access to the market is critical to the success of the startups. And the reason for this place to be so important is because, as you can see, everybody have access to any components they would like to see just simply by walking down to the first floor, right? HAX is on the eighth floor, and this place is on the first floor. So yeah, capacitors, PCB, custom PCBs, switches, batteries, place in Shenzhen that contains components. It can be electrical components such as this market, or it can be a mechanical components in the Bao'an district. And to have access to these kind of markets is very important for startups. Mhm.
If I want to buy some components, I can find here in Huaqiangbei.
Yeah, so of course you cannot find every single component in the world.
Everything?
Almost everything, I would say. So like stuff like this, right? SMT components in reels, ready for purchase and ready to deploy on the SMT machine. You don't see this anywhere. You don't see so a typical process in North America is that you flip over to catalogs, find the stuff you want, you place a phone call, and then it gets shipped to you in about a week. The problem with that is that for startups, after a week, your product already iterated. It might not fit the component anymore. But here, Huaqiangbei, you come down here, 10 minutes later, you came up with a product, and you see if it works or not. So an amount of iteration you can do here, it's much, you can do iteration in much shorter frequency compared to North America. Okay.
I see there are some booths selling the circuit boards and LEDs, fans, and batteries.
Mhm. Yeah, I mean the components here they come in all flavors and it's very supportive for the startup ecosystem. So here they're happy to sell you one, they're happy to sell you 10,000, and they're happy to demonstrate how it works for you. And it's not just the components that is helping the startups; it's also knowledge retained in this building. So knowledge including how do you fit those chips onto the board, to if those something will become obsolete, so to recommend you an alternative one, or like come over and physically touch those buttons. So it's a very a demonstrative process, and the shop owners and vendors are very happy to engage in competition with you to how to use these properly. And stuff like cables, like the shop owners are happy to create custom cables for you, custom test rigs, custom cables, custom PCBs. So I think I can maybe a best way to demonstrate this is introduce you to a custom PCB vendor here that Hacks uses quite often.
PCB. What is PCB?
PCB stands for printed circuit board. Basically, every single hardware nowadays contains one or more of these things. So it's something like this. It's basically a board that have electronics mounted onto it. So, for example, your cell phone will have your CPU, your RAM, your SSD mounted onto these copper layouts, and then that's pretty much the heart of modern electronics. So, so vendors like himself will be able to interact with the teams upstairs and getting specs out and deploy these in short amount of time. Oh,
So I can find different kinds of PCB according to what I want.
yeah, of course. Yeah, 可以帮忙介绍一下这个你们这个是什么工作的吗
可以。
？Yeah.
我们的 PCB 一般是根据客户就说下单了以后，我们是定做的。一般的话，客户需要提供就是说PCB 文件。然后我们就说根据他的文件，然后就说第一步就说拿去就说电脑打孔啊，然后做外形啊、成筋啊这些，然后就说最后的就说做外形，然后就可以给客户出版了这样的。
OK， 大概多少时间呢？
大概的话，一般1个星期左右。
OK， 好，谢谢。So yeah, in order to make this, the teams all they have to do just submit the schematics, and then get the paint layouts, where the holes are, how thick it is, how many layers the PCBs are, and they will be able to manufacture this. And the turnaround time is about a week. So for something like this in North America, will take 3 times as much time, and probably cost 4 times as much. And so it's very advantageous to do the PCBs here. And again, it's about number of iterations. The more you do, the better your product going to be.
So let's go to Hacks.
Sure. Thank you. Okay, so Hacks is conveniently located just right upstairs from here. And by taking the elevator here, we'll have direct access to Hacks. Or
Which floor is Hacks?
8.
8. It's the 8th floor.
So this building have 8 floors, and Hacks occupies on the 8th floor and 7th floor. And the first 5 floors are shops like these, vendors like these. Okay. So this is my stop in a couple floors. But actually, we have a very good view from this angle. So if you want to take some pictures here, so it's fascinating how fast this area develops. Just half a year ago, it's all under construction. So it's pretty much a big hole on the floor. Right now, it becomes a pedestrian street. So as you can see, the market extends all the way to the back. So let's let some people out. Okay, and you notice that delivery guys use this elevator a lot, right? So online shopping has become the norm of China, of course. And besides this market, online shopping is a great source for components. At Hacks, actually, we get probably 20 delivery guys coming over to Hacks to deliver components every day. Oh, you see, the UPS guys came over. Now no, I don't even know what this. Okay, well, let's get out. It's an AC already. So, welcome to Hacks, everybody.
So, Mr. Um, okay, Mr. G, could you please give us a brief introduction about hacks?
Sure. So Hacks Accelerators, we've been here for almost 5 years, and the objective is to bring the startups from all over the world to have access of Shenzhen ecosystem and to accelerate the program startup as fast as possible. And on top of the hardware acceleration, we also help with mentorship in business, in the marketing, and go-to-market strategy. So we have a bunch of success stories, a lot of success stories actually, and we've been incubating in companies in the manufacturing, consumer electronics, medical, robotics, and industrial applications. So far, we have invested in more than 160 companies, startups in this office. We also have another location in San Francisco, and we have invested more than 60 companies in San Francisco. And we're about to open our new office in New York in this year.
Why do you choose Shenzhen and Huaqiangbei to set your office?
Sure. Well, as you can see downstairs, is bustling with like.
It's very convenient.
It's extremely convenient and extremely helpful for startups, right? So startups been one of the most common comments we get from the startup is that spending 3 months in Shenzhen is like spending a year
in other countries.
In other countries. And for startups, that's critical, right? Yeah.
So, startup can buy and select what they want in the market of Huaqiangbei.
Yeah, so it's not just the components they can purchase, it's also the suppliers and
Could you please show us some of your works of hacks on the shelf? So, could you please show us some of your works on the shelf?
Sure. So these are not part of the hacks, but those are part of the startups that are invested by hacks. So some of the probably more well-known one is MakeBlock. So MakeBlock is a STEM toy which they came over to hacks about 5 years ago was a concept. after hacks, they already are production ready, and now 5 years later, they are a $350 million company, and they have 400 employees. So it's like a Lego, but for STEM programming. Another product is the Xiaomi E-Lite. So I'm sure most of you are familiar with a company called Xiaomi. And the E-Lite, the smart light that came out of Xiaomi, is incubated by Hacks when they started 5 years ago. Okay. So shall we move in and introduce some of the teams that are already at Hacks?
Okay.
Okay. So this is our office at Hacks, and we have 2 floors, and we have staff. We have engineers, we have industrial designers, we have sourcing managers, and all part of the Hacks ecosystem that supports the startups. And the team that I would like to introduce you guys to is a team called Trainerbot. And Trainerbot, or you will see, I'll let them demonstrate the product themselves. But basically, it's a robot that plays ping pong with you.
Ping pong.
Yes, ping pong. May I introduce Alex and Harrison of the Trainerbot.
Nice to meet you.
I'm Alex. Nice meeting you. I'm Harrison.
Harrison, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. So, what's your design?
So we are the co-founder of Trainerbot. Trainerbot is the world's first smart table tennis robot that can always play at your level, no matter anytime, anywhere. Just give you a good game or practice.
So, why you come to Shenzhen and Huaqiangbei to fulfill your concept?
Right. So we started Trainerbot because we both love playing table tennis. We play since we were kids, and we were the perfect partner for each other because we played growing up. However, when we grew up, I went to Canada to study, my brother went to US, and we suddenly lost that perfect partner. So since both of us were studying engineering, we thought, what if we can build this robot that can always play at your level and give you an epic match, and that will be amazing. And that's why, since students, every summer or winter break, will come together and build an early version of Trainerbot. Until last year, January, we thought that Trainerbot is ready. It can benefit more than just ourselves and benefit table tennis players around the world. And that's why we applied Hacks and came to Shenzhen, because Hacks is known to be the best hardware accelerator in the world. And by teaching us how to navigate in Shenzhen and how to prototype, how to talk to suppliers, we gained this huge advantage and on speed on prototyping Trainerbot to make it production ready, and therefore we can ship it, make a lot of them, and ship it to our customer.
So you can find all components for your device in Shenzhen.
Correct. Yes. So in Shenzhen, especially where we're at right now, Huaqiangbei, under it, there's a huge area of market that everyone just holds different components that we just never seen before. When we came here, it feels like a kid go to Disneyland, see a bunch of candies, but for us, it's see a lot of components. And by trying out each and every one of them, we're able to find the best component for the robot and for a very specific purpose. And in our engineering career, we never seen any place like this, that you can just find a specific part really fast and test it out really fast. And therefore, during our time in Hacks, we're very proud that every week we can pump up a new Trainerbot prototype. And that's how we iterate very fast.
Mr. Lee told me that your device is about table tennis, and could you please explain how it works?
Right. So here, let me show you the app. So the most special part about Trainerbot is that it works with this app, Trainerbot app. And so the robot connects with the app through Bluetooth, and you can program any kinds of training or games throughout the app. And because of the app, the robot can play at your level and give you very customized experience. So for example, if we were to, let's say, imagine this is the table 1 to 9, this will be the right bottom corner of the table. I can select where I want the ball to shoot, and most especially I can create what kind of spin do I want from the robot. And then if I'm an advanced player, I can adjust the individual motor values to control the shot to become very specific. So because of this design, it fits players from beginners to professionals. And once you're done, you can just click start, and the robot will do what you want it to do. And let me close it. Okay.
So with your app, I can choose the spin and the speed and the dropping point of the ball.
Right. And so now we just demonstrated how to program one shot. However, in the real game, there's more than just one shot. So we have with this Trainerbot app, you can combine shots and create drills or games to simulate what you will see in a real life scenario. And after you create the games, you can share it with anyone in the world, and that's why Trainerbot is such a great inspiration for us, because now all the table tennis in the world can connect in a way that they couldn't before through this robot.
So it's a good partner for play table tennis.
Yes, we try to make it the most exciting partner to play table tennis, because you want to play this and he will give you this. You want to play a serve, he will give you the serve, and we will make it very cool. And you can even explore shots or games that you didn't know before. By browsing through the app, you'll be like, oh, Harris in US or in Australia have this drill that I never thought you can train like this. And because of that, you just learn something new just because this robot. So that's what we think is special.
Okay. So could you demonstrate it for us?
Yes.
With your device.
So yeah, so we can. Do you want to play first? Well, we have a beginner mode, or I'll just let Harrison.
I'm not good at playing.
I'll let Harrison demo what he would like to have in the beginner setting.
Okay.
And then we'll slowly speed up, and then you'll feel to demonstrate how Trainerbot can adjust to someone's level. Okay. Let me get out of the frame. So Harrison can play. So that's how you put the balls in the Trainerbot, and then when you play, we're gonna start at 1.5 seconds a shot at Harrison's forehand. So for a beginner, 1.5 second a shot to 2 seconds, it's a very good frequency. When you go to watch competitive games, they normally play at 0.7. And in the Trainerbot app, you can easily go from a beginner warm-up to a pro rally in the matters of few clicks. So now I'm going to slowly speed it up to 1 second. So Harrison can play. 1 second it's like the frequency of like a real game situation. When you play with your friend in an exciting match, it's about 1 second a shot. And with Trainerbot, you can experience all this experience in a matter of clicks, and it will customize to whatever you feel like playing. So now we're going to try 0.7 seconds, and this is the frequency that you will see in a competitive match. That's how fast they play, and so this will be quite fast. Oh, actually, my bad. I forgot to press 0.7. This is 0.7. Now we're gonna end the demonstration with a serve. The serve in the table tennis world is very hard to do. And that one of the special part about Trainerbot is that it can serve a pro level serve. So what's special about a pro level serve is that if you look at the ball comes out, the ball will never leave the table, and that's how a good coach judge if your serve is good. When you take a lesson, is when you serve, they see if the ball roll out of the table. So for Trainerbot, it can actually serve a shot that just stay at the table if you don't touch it. So yeah, so that's the kind of serve that even in professional world or advanced players, that's what they want to see, because they see this a lot in their competitive matches. And Harrison can try to return a few of them, because that's a very top on a spin, and that's why it stays in the table. And the reason why Harrison can return these serves is because he has practiced the serve return a lot. And even that, it's very, very hard to return. So yeah, so
Harrison is good at returning the serve.
Yeah, and then there's also, so Harrison, the way Harrison returns serve is how a beginner will return serve. When we demo this to professional players, they flip the serve and become an attack and go back. So it means the same shot for different players, it means different things. And that's why with the whole community that it can become a very incredible place for all the players in the world.
Okay, so can I have a try?
Yeah, go.
Okay.
Here, so we'll play forehand?
It's level 1.
Okay, yeah, we'll play the forehand spin shot that Harrison just played, but we'll play a 2-second a shot. So when we play a 2-second a shot, so every time you hit the ball, you have time to reflect and think and adjust, and that's kind of the value of playing with the robot. Nice.
Funny game. So thanks for your demonstration, and maybe many table tennis fans will find your device on the market.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
No problem. Thank you.
Yeah, so Trainerbot actually trained with Olympic teams, right? You guys were part of the training with the U.S. Olympic team.
So we had a demo with the U.S. Olympic team, and they have some fun with it. And if we make this robot better and better, hopefully one day in the real professional world, they can see the value of using a robot.
That's right. And that's also it's going to be on the market this year. Is that right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So this year we will fulfill our Kickstarter orders, and our backers around the world are very excited that they're getting the robot.
Yeah.
And we are very excited to do this because of hacks in Shenzhen, we're able to make like hundreds or thousands of these. So very exciting.
All right. Thank you guys very much.
Thank you.
Okay. All right. So next, it'd be good to walk all the way to the back of our office. Unfortunately, our office right now is under construction. So 7th floor right now, it's where our makerspace is going to be. It's unfortunately under construction. So a lot of cool stuff that it will be reserved for next time.
Okay.
But we gonna. So as you can see, like we have our working space on the left side of us, and that's alumni and the current team that all mingle together. And we also have our dedicated staff from engineering to industrial design to sourcing. We also have our own photography and videography to better communicate the concept, the products, and the vision of the startups. I think what's really interesting is the diversity of the startups here. So we have, like people from North America, from Europe, from Asia, with different age group, different backgrounds. We're not just have engineers here. We have marketing people. We have industrial designers. We have PR experts, all working in the same place. Alumni and the current team at the same time.
So how many teams in the hacks now?
So every year we have about 45 teams coming into the hacks program, and that's part of we select from 1,200 applications. So 45 teams, 45 teams, 1,200 applications. That's about 3% acceptance rate. At any given time at hacks, we have about 50 teams in the office between the two floors. Okay, so I would like to introduce the next team to you guys, and the team called Wazer. and they're making really cool machine. So I'd like to introduce Matt, and he'll explain more about the cool machine he's making.
Nice.
Pleasure meeting you.
So what's this your machine? It looks like an oven or what?
So this is the world's first desktop water jet, and our company is called Wazer, and so is the machine. And it's the first machine that you can go ahead and take any material, insert it into the machine, and then digitally cut out your design. So you might be creating some sort of design or some project in Illustrator or in CAD, and then you can go ahead and transfer that file over to us and cut it out of any material that you want.
So it uses water to cut materials.
Correct. So the way that the machine operates is that we take regular water and then we go ahead and pressurize it to a very high pressure, and then we feed it through our cutting head. So that's this part of it right here. And then we accelerate that water very quickly and then insert this abrasive particle, it's very similar to sand, into that stream. And the combination of that water and abrasive, we eject at any material. For example, this is glass or aluminum, and you're allowed, and then that allows you to go ahead and cut that design out.
So it needs an abrasive.
Yes. So the abrasive that we use is called garnet, and all it is just a crushed up rock.
So can I reuse the abrasive?
The abrasive is recyclable, but you can't reuse it in our machine. So after it does the cutting, you then go ahead and take that the abrasive out of the machine, and you can go ahead and recycle it. You could throw it in just the regular trash, or you could use it as something in your garden. It's perfectly safe, non-toxic. It's just crushed up rock at the end of the day.
So does it use a lot of water?
No, it doesn't actually. So something like your standard household faucet or shower head uses more water than this.
So it cannot work now?
We don't have a live demo set up right now, but I could show you a video if you'd like.
So how fast it cuts materials?
Oh, so yeah, so it depends on the material and the thickness. So those two parameters will determine the actual speed that it'll cut at. But for example, you can take 3mm aluminum or say 9mm thick glass, and you can go ahead and cut that at about 50 millimeters per minute.
So it takes less time to cut soft things and more time to cut hard things.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yep. So something like foam, it moves very quickly and can go ahead and cut it out very fast. But then other hard materials like titanium or magnesium or certain steels, it takes a while to cut.
And how accurate it works?
So the accuracy depends on a number of parameters, but to give you an idea, the actual water stream coming out of the cutting head is only 1.5 millimeters thick. So you can get very intricate and detailed cuts. So if you take a look at this shape that was cut out of itself, that's very fine corners and details. And the entire machine is digitally controlled. So what that allows you to do is very precisely move across and cut out the design that you've sent to the machine. So it is very accurate, very similar to other technologies like laser or plasma.
And is it safe?
It is. It absolutely is. So the entire machine, a big focus of it was to create a very contained machine. So in order to do any cut at all, you actually have to go ahead and lower it, and then by doing that, you then activate the machine, and then it does the cutting. So it's actually a lot safer than typical shop tools where the cutting bit actually might be very near your hands when you're actually cutting, or a drill press, for example. Here you have no access to the actual cutting portion.
You mean if the gate is open and the machine will shut off?
It will shut off, correct.
Could you show us a demo video?
Yeah, sure. So I have my laptop here. I can show you guys some of the materials that we've been cutting with various artists and engineers. And hopefully this gives you an idea of some of some of the materials that we can cut and the different intricate shapes. So for example, that's carbon fiber, cutting out this plate. This is actually a US penny, so very detailed cut. You can see the water stream is very tiny. This is a piece of copper. This is actually glass mirror. This is a knife being cut out, and this is a tool steel. And that's ceramic tile.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for your demonstration.
No problem. Okay. Pleasure.
And, okay. Well, everyone, just now we have seen two groups of startups in the hacks. And do you enjoy the creating in your daily life? And Huaqiangbei is just one spot of China's booming makers and innovators landscapes. In addition to Shenzhen, the cities of Shanghai and Beijing also have become home to innovators and makers. In those cities, several makers communities have formed. Let's go out. And this is the end of today's live. See you next time.